this is an incredible responsibility to try to listen so intently that she will reveal that part to you that is very unique, specific to her and personal. So we have to go in with a style and mode that is honoring and listening to unearth that. And the more you explore these questions in the text, I think the better prepared we'll be to do that. So thank you.
And they have to map this narrative. And then they have to make it happen, and they have to make the change and the tweaks, but the conversations they have, no, I really think it was about his role with his father. I think that's got to be the driving force. He became the man of the family. And someone else saying, no, I really think it's that actually, it's about the storm and what happened at school during that time. I really think he was struggling in school, and we have to get out of school, and they have to work that out. In a way, and they are compelled to do that because it's real. Every single person therefore has an experience, some kind of experience that stretches them, that moves them, that makes them discover things about themselves.
As an individual from Portland, Maine, I impacted a student from the far Rockaways who was affected by Hurricane Sandy.
By interviewing him, that was for me, it was a culmination to all my research and everything that I learned about previously, because it was a live person that was affected from natural disasters.
They wanted to tell us their story, and then it turned into almost forgetting about that this is a part of my education. I'm going to get a grade for it, and I'm going to get credit for it and move on because of it, but it also became a big part of being this person has an amazing story and I need to share it, because if I don't, nobody else they won't have the opportunity otherwise to share it. And it was that was the biggest motivation for me.
It got huge. Reflecting on that and looking back, it's wow, it didn't seem that big when we were there, but it got huge, and you don't realize that until even now. It's still just sinking in that the work we did had that big of an impact. So the reflections it just gets deeper and deeper, and it goes on for a while. It's still going on.
The thing I learned along the way, the biggest thing I learned eventually, was that when you have to make sense of somebody else's narrative, and you realize that this person has a narrative, you suddenly realize that you have a narrative. And that your own life has a story that has a trajectory, and that you are a player in that story. And that you get to define that, and it will unfold, and it has value. Because sitting across the table from somebody else, you realize that they have value. And so you can't help but realize that you do too.
There are so many different angles of reflection because there are so many different pieces.
Now I feel like I could get put into a group that I wouldn't pick myself and learn how to work with that and
giving us the
collaborate
tools
with that.
to make us become the experts of the expedition.
You're asked to analyze this and try to figure out what the meaning is.
Forcing us into different realms of ourselves, which we hadn't
It all
seen
came
before.
down to that one point where it was we were actually making a difference.
Motivated to do really great work because you knew their story and you kind of owed it to them to make their story the best.
And then when you come out with this piece or you finish this part of this project and you're oh, wow, I didn't know I could do that.